What do you do if you are a buyer? This is it. You've got to get yourself in a position that you're ready to strike. I'm going to pull that blog up. We also have a PDF at our company that our realtors use. You've got to get yourself ready. You can't be the type of buyer that, oh, I'll get ready once I find a home. No, 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 no. You'll never get an offer accepted that way. Have your pre-approval ready. Get your financials to your mortgage broker on a continuous basis so they're ready and they can continuously give you an updated pre-approval. Have a personal letter ready. Now, this is a little bit up for debate. If you're going to write a personal letter, tell them how you're going to take care of their home. Congratulate them on their nice home. Don't start getting into family and all that fair housing stuff. If you work with one of our realtors, they'll tell you about it. Be willing to offer over asking. Here's some comparative properties here that we show, and we show properties selling over asking. Be willing to do things like an escalation clause. I will pay $5,000 over the highest offer up to X. That's what that talks about. Consider waiving home inspections. That's another one. That's a dicey one. I have to be careful as a realtor. I'm not going to make a blanket statement and say everybody should not do a home inspection, but just know that you're competing with people that aren't, and you have to be prepared for that. Perhaps waive the contingency, but still do it. And if you lose your money, fine. That's potentially an option. Increase your down payment. Be flexible on closing date. That one right there, folks, is a big one that means a lot to sellers. It means a lot. Okay, so think about that one. It'll make it easier. Maybe be willing as a buyer to allow the seller to use the property for a week or two or a month after you buy it so that they then have time to move into their other home. The key here, folks, is buyers and sellers have got to come together. They've got to work together and make it easier. Understand each other's position. Okay, Mr. Seller, you can't leave. I understand. I'll give you a month. I'll give you some time. Okay, buyers, you need this. Let me work with you. If buyers and sellers all started raising their hands, yes, I'm willing to sell. Yes, I want to buy. We would solve this very frustrating situation very quickly. Okay? And I've been thinking about how to talk about that out loud on television, which I may be. But I want to mention that because buyers need to understand that you've got to get yourself ready. Now, a few realtors in our company and a realtor at another company in the last 3 days reached out to me and said, hey, what do you think about buyers saying they want to make offers on multiple properties? There are buyers now that are saying, hey, if a seller can get multiple offers and field the one they want, why can't I make offers on multiple properties and whoever gets accepted, I buy the home? Here's the problem with that. When you make an offer, that's a contract. You're proposing a contract. If they accept, you're contractually obligated. Now, some people will argue, well, as long as I'm willing to give up my deposit, well, true. But when you make an offer, you're supposed to be making an offer in good faith. So it's not something that I can stand here as a broker owner and a realtor of a large real estate brokerage and say, hey, go do that. I don't really recommend that, but I hear what you're saying. My recommendation of what you can do as a buyer is like this. First, get yourself completely ready to strike. I'm sure Lindsay put the link in. Yes, it is. It's right there. Get yourself completely ready to strike. Work with your realtor. Get an understanding of what you need to do to be ready. Establish a good relationship with your mortgage broker so that they can talk to a listing agent once you find the right property. In addition to that, there are other things you can do. Now, this is where I'm going to plug the company for a couple minutes because it's the God's honest truth. So, for those of you who have been following our company a long time, I want to tell you, we have been on television since 2006. We have had a heavy schedule on television since 2010. There's not a week that goes by that we don't talk to a seller that calls in or our inside sales team reaches out to them that has been in our system 5, 8, 9 years that says, hey, I'm finally ready. I want to sell. Okay? So we have a database of thousands upon thousands of sellers. I'm not going to tell you the exact number, but I can tell you that it is thousands. Then we have a database of buyers that's in the hundreds of thousands. Why? Because we're the largest buyer of online leads in New England. Because we run our own ads on Google, on Facebook, and we bring in droves of leads from television, online, billboards, etc. Well, our vice president of sales about a year and a half ago got a vision. His name's Dave. And he said, all these leads we have in the database now, we should be getting these leads to see if there's any matches. Every day we get calls from this community, that community, North Shore, South Shore, Worcester County, Metro West, Boston. And Anthony, every single day of every week, we have buyers that are looking to buy in all those areas. We could have a realtor signing someone up to buy a 4-bedroom home in Grafton, and we could have another realtor that has a 4-bedroom home in Grafton that's going to be listed in 3 months. Or maybe they're not sure when they're going to list, but they're in the system as a lead. And I said, geez, you're right. So we come up with a system, and we call it our links system. This link system, every single night at midnight, matches our buyers and sellers and spits out matches. It says to our realtors, hey, Kelly, go talk to Denise. Denise has a buyer that might be interested in your listing at 123 Main Street. And then it says, hey, Denise, go talk to Kelly. Kelly has, blah, blah, blah. Buyers and sellers back and forth, right? It doesn't say the address. It doesn't say the client's name because there has to be walls up for confidentiality. So it might say to Kelly, hey, Denise has a buyer for your listing. And then it will say to Denise, talk to Kelly about her listing for your buyer at, your buyer, Joe Schmo. And then the realtors in our company reach out to them. We also do this on all the leads in the database that are company leads, and our inside sales team helps make connections. Well, we did a little study. And we found out that we're getting about 4 matches a day. Now, imagine how elated you will be as a buyer if you cannot find a property and the realtor that you're working with says, hey, I've got something. These people, they're not totally ready to list, but they've been thinking about it. They live on such and such street, and they have given permission for you to drive by the home and see if you'd be interested. You'd be over the moon. Folks, that type of stuff is happening here at Lamacchia Realty every single day, okay? Every day. So we're getting 4 matches a day. Now, not every seller is saying, yeah, send them by, I'm interested. But it's happening. In addition to our link system of leads that haven't signed up yet, we have this kind of call it a branch off of it that is our pre-list. So when sellers sign up with us to sell their home, right now we have about 250 properties in our pre-list. These are sellers who've signed up to list their home at some point in the next 60 or 90 days. They are selling. They are very serious. Well, the link system goes through that as well. It also goes through this other thing that we call our off-market list. Our off-market list is sellers who've said, I'm not quite ready to sign up with you, but I would like to be contacted if you get someone who would like to buy my home, someone that might be interested in my home. So there's kind of like 3 levels. Obviously, the pre-list is people that are scheduled to come on the market in the next few months. They're the most serious. The next level is the sellers who haven't signed up, but they've said, yeah, I want to be on that off-market list. And then the next one is just simply the leads. Those are 50-50. Not every single one of them bites the hook with saying, yes, have the buyer come by. But my friends, this is a distinct advantage of working with a realtor at Lamacchia Realty. So if you're working with one of our realtors now and you're frustrated, I understand. We're frustrated with you, but don't think for 1 second that you're going to do better somewhere else, because you're not. There is not a company that I know of in this business that matches buyer and seller leads by the hundreds of thousands every night at midnight. There's not. That's something special, proprietary, and unique to us that we have. Now, there might be other companies I don't know of, but I doubt you'll find it, and you should ask your realtors. But I wanted to say that to buyers who are working with our realtors. If you're feeling like maybe you're not doing as good as you can, know that our system works. Go look it up on the website. Lindsay, why don't we post a link to the link system? Let them read about it. I don't care if it's, more business to business talk. That's fine. Now, what do you do if you're a seller? I want to talk to you all because you all need a lot of advice right now, okay? I understand that there is fear lurking out there big time. And your fear is, well, where the hell am I going to move if my home sells? And you're also hearing these stories about how homes are selling right away, and it's making you even more scared. You're pulling back even more with the idea of listing your home for sale. I get it. I hear you. But here's the problem. There's a number of problems. Number one, you're looking in the wrong places. You're being like a typical consumer. You're going on Zillow. You're going on Realtor.com. I have news for you about Zillow. 25% of the homes that look like they're for sale on there aren't even for sale. And they're never going to be for sale because they're pre-foreclosures. Zillow has gotten a lot better in the last 10 years. They used to be missing lots of properties. That's not the case. But they do have some syndication problems with back on markets. If a home goes under contract, a home inspection's done, buyer bails out, property goes back on market, could be a 24-hour delay before it's back on Zillow. This is why you need to be working with a realtor. You have to. And you have to put some trust into a realtor. The realtors here at Lomacchio Realty have significant training on how to work with people that are buying and selling, how to make sure that they're covered, how to make sure that they're contractually protected so that they don't end up homeless, okay? That's something that you need to be aware of, and you need to put some trust into them because, my friends, here's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with all kinds of sellers by the thousands, well, really by, I don't know if I'll say millions, but it's hundreds of thousands across the nation. They're like, I don't know, I don't want to take that step because I don't see anything I want. Then when you find something you want, you try to buy it, but that seller won't accept your offer till your home has some progress. You need to get your home ready. You need to get it ready to list. You have to already have your realtor hired. You have to have your pictures done. You have to have everything ready. And then you can find the right home to strike on. Or you list to sell first and you put a contingency in that says sale is subject to suitable housing. See, what a lot of realtors think, what a lot of sellers think is as soon as they call a realtor, they think we're this amazing. Hi, realtor, that their home just sells, right? That doesn't happen. It doesn't just sell. You have to talk to them. You have to get prepared. Then if the realtor comes over to your house doesn't just magically go up for sale. They could hold your house and wait. I had a situation last year, an attorney friend was looking to buy a new home down the Cape. And this person said, we want to buy a new home down the Cape. I had our inside salesperson call her. She calls me the next day. Oh, we're not selling. We're just going to wait. We're just going to wait. I said, I don't believe that. You're not selling. You're not willing to take a step until you see what you want. Yeah, because where else are we going to go? The summer's about to start. I said, slow down. You need to meet with a realtor. You need to get on a very good realtor's radar that you want to sell. And then you need to tell them what you're looking to buy, because when you tell them what you're looking to buy, they're going to lurk and look for it. And they're going to call you one day and find it. Fast forward about to August 20th. This person texted me, said, Anthony, we're at our new Cape home. Our son is swimming in the pool because of that conversation we had that day when you convinced me to take a step. That's the problem. There's sellers out there that they're just not willing to take a step. And folks, if you sellers aren't ever willing to take a step, you're never going to achieve what you want. You have to at least talk to a realtor so they can walk you through it. I want to show you something on our website. This is a page that we put together a couple years ago, and we call it Want to Be Sellers. So don't be offended by that. I don't know if people love being called a wannabe, but it's true. There are thousands upon thousands of sellers out there across Massachusetts, across New England, across Florida that want to sell, but they're scared to take the first step. We're going to put this link. Oh, looks like Lindsay already did. Click on this and watch these videos. This is just a broad overview. Then I get into selling without listing. Folks, this is happening every day. People are selling without listing their homes on the open market. We buy homes before people list them. Okay? We have a few reselling this month. We bought 3 homes in December through our Offer Now program. There's several ways to sell without listing. One of them is just get signed up, get in our link system, get on our pre-list that I mentioned. And when you get in there, right, matches are happening. And then one of those days, one of those months, all of a sudden, we'll call you. A realtor will call you. Hey, I've got a buyer interested in your home. You never listed. Now, we obviously list the vast majority of what we sell, but here's the deal, folks. We sold over $100 million worth of real estate last year off market. We sold over $1 billion in real estate total, but over 100 million of it was off-market sales, meaning it never been listed. It's not because we tried not to list homes. It's because our system got these buyers and sellers connected before. $100 million. Think about that. You could be one of those sellers. Then there's a video that talks about being worried about moving twice. Then it talks about not finding what you want because you're looking in all the wrong places. Then it talks about listing does not mean you have to move out. Remember I mentioned that? That a lot of sellers think that once they list their home, it's just like, poof, it's gone. That's not how it works. Okay? A realtor will protect you. They should. They had better. And if you hire one that understands the art of working with a buyer and seller, which it is, when you work with a realtor, an everyday realtor can help you buy a home, an everyday realtor can help you sell a home, but you do have to have someone that's a little bit more seasoned in the business to help you buy and sell at the same time. Our realtors have that training. Okay, we train on that every single week, and we have seasoned vets that help in it. Okay, so have that confidence not to be scared, because if you forever and ever are like this, you're never going to achieve what you want. Raise your hand. Let us know.